So I'm recovering on here, and you can see, man, this outlet pressure and temperature is getting hot. I'm waiting for the building to give me some water here so I can use my subcooler, because damn, she's getting hot. I'm down on the vapor side of it now, but you can see how slow it's going. And once I get that water flowing, it will start cooling it down. But my God, it's getting hot. You see, I'm underneath this chiller right here, doing the recovery. It's not a bad day when you can do the recovery inside the equipment. And I got plenty of stand-up room. Granted, I'm not very tall, but I'd say it's probably at least 6'4" in here, 6'5". I just need to get the dang water turned on. They keep the water under lock and key around here, which, whatever, it's their building, it's their right, so I'm not going to get too mad. I should have water here pretty soon, because yeah, that's just way too much, way too hot. Freaking tank is probably at least 100 and something degrees. This little subcooler kicks ass though. I mean, you wouldn't use it on the big centrifugals just because it's too small, but it does kick ass and it comes in handy. You know, I mean, we have bigger recovery machines, vacuum pumps, the whole nine, but I'm just using what I had on my truck, try to get the job done. I gotta put the Schraders back in. I just did circuit 1, now I'm working on circuit 2. And I'm pretty sure I know where the leak is. I don't have the cover taken off, but so right over at the connection, the flange connection between the compressor and the evaporator, I'm pretty sure I found that's where it's leaking, but I want to get the refrigerant recovered, get it under some nitrogen pressure so I can verify it, but I'm pretty sure I know where the leak is. Come on, where's my water? She's getting hot. Yeah, it ain't bad to have some room to stand up and work. That's water droplets you see flying by. It's misty, kind of foggy out this morning. And that's what I'm doing so far. Just got the water turned on. Man, this thing is hot. See how quick starts to drop the temperature. Not that quick. but it is still dropping it. So man, it's hot. Going down, but just not super fast. And this definitely does not feel as hot as it used to. Right now I'm doing a counterflow. Refrigerant's coming in, coming out. Water in, water out. So if you haven't figured it out, I got my coldest water at my hottest point, my warmest water at my coolest point. I believe this is this thing was designed to be basically water refrigerant in, water refrigerant out, but I have it going as a counterflow on this one. I'm hoping it'll help, and it seems to be dropping. I mean, we've already dropped some, not a lot, but it's better than it was, and especially with the machine running and the temperatures going down, so it's obviously working. You can see how hot it is inside this tank. 108 degrees. $141.7. And we got 139 right there. So she's pretty hot. Just trying to cool it down a little bit more before I start adding to it. We'll start her again. That's what I'm looking to see. I want to see the pressure go down. This is on the recovery cylinder here. I should be on the vapor side putting in. I'm an idiot and I connected to the liquid line. Whatever. I've done dumber things in my life. I'd say that water's probably maybe 50 something degrees, so that's nice. That'll definitely help. Let's see how much gas we've got out of this thing. You can see the effect of the subcooler. It definitely speeds it up. That's just simple thermodynamics at work. You cool a refrigerant down, you can pack more of it in there, you can move more of it faster. It's just the way it works. And we continue to drop on our outlet pressure here, which is nice. And we continue to drop when I turn this on. Obviously we're at 107, so we've cooled down the refrigerant at least 3 degrees, which is a good thing. And now I should probably just shut up and get on with it. But yeah, cheap little subcooler. Thing costs like, I don't know, 60 bucks, something like that. I don't remember. You know, these little fittings, obviously you can get any supply house. Used 56% right here. And again, the reason why I did mine this way with these fittings is so I can hook up, you know, like nitrogen and stuff like that if I wanted to pull a vacuum on the water side or the refrigerant side, whatever. And to keep it portable, obviously I can take these off. I have myself a flow control valve, which should be on the leaving water side, but whatever. Anyways, I'm blabbing like an idiot, which is pretty normal for me. All right, time to do what they pay me to do. Happy to report, refrigerant temperature is dropping. Of course you want to go off. Come on. And that's obviously where they're running. I mean, it's slow going because it's all gas, but dropped a little more. All right. We're looking at this through the thermal side of it. So this is obviously my recovery tank. And you can see where my liquid level is. Yeah, that sight glass is warm. And that's the sight glass right there. So let's see what this says. 97, 98 degrees coming into the heat exchanger. electric cord. 67 degrees. That's not hot. I'm trying to see what the temperature is coming out. Kind of cool. You can see how the how it's working through the plates. Recovery machine. All freaking gas. It's funny, these right here, sorry, right there, and right there, those are the solenoid valves, one of them. So this one right here is the liquid line solenoid valve. This one right here is the economizer solenoid valve. You can see the other solenoid valve, that's liquid line. And it appears that the economizer solenoid valve is not on, which I'm positive that I turned it on. I turned them on both circuits. This one I should probably shut off because I have finished on this one now. I don't need to leave them all energized. But yeah, this is a lot of the benefits of a thermal imaging camera. Granted, I mean, it's not like it's rocket science to find out if a solenoid valve's working or not, but it's still cool. Plus, I am I'm a tool nut. Alright, so as I showed you in the thermal side, the circuit 2 economizer solenoid valve was, you know, not on, not working, however you want to vocalize it. We'll show you. This will also be show you guys how to do a couple things. So I'm in the manual control mode, which you have to have your pump down switches and your unit switch off to even get in this mode. Manual control, circuit 2. Liquid line on. Liquid injection economizer on. So liquid injection solenoid That's the economizer, because on this particular one, the economizer is a TXV, and all the newer ones, it's an EEV. But this one also has another problem. You can see the compressor controller for circuit 2 is dead. The EEV driver, or circuit 1, it's freaking dead. Yeah. We sure the heck ain't no negative 60, negative 30. Alright, well. Yeah. We've cooled it way down. Look at that. When I started this, I was at 107. It's now at 89. It's just blasted light stayed on longer. 89. You can see it matches pretty well the gauge and the outlet of the recovery machine. So. Alright, and this is why our economizer solenoid valve isn't working. You can see right there. ESV2, economizer solenoid valve 2. Oh, it's hooked to CC2. Oh, CC2 ain't working. So I'm sure the solenoid is probably fine. I mean, I will test it just to verify, but that's why it ain't working. Very simple. It was very easy to deduce, if you will. Economizer solenoid. Page 9 and 10. There you go. And that is the electrical drawing or symbol for a solenoid valve. This would be your liquid, which you can see comes off the 120. It's funny how that one shows. Anyways, that would be why it's not working. So I'm on to the next tank. Got it on vacuum. What I'm also doing though is I already have my hoses to my subcooler and then to the recovery machine. It is closed. Obviously valved off. Valved off. I'm hoping when this says closed that separates the two sides together. But what I'm doing is also pulling a vacuum on my hoses, which I know that these are not vacuum rated hoses, whatever. Blah blah blah. It's okay. I'm not trying to pull this monumental perfect vacuum. Just want to get basically the moisture out of the hoses, so that way what I'm going to do then is isolate, shut off the vapor port, which is leading there, and then continue pulling the vacuum on the tank till I hit that 500 or below mark. And I don't know about you guys, but I also do a kind of a decay test on the tank just to make sure that there's not a bunch of moisture in there, because the last thing I do when I want to put refrigerant back is put it back with some non-condensables or anything like of that sort. And she's pulling down slowly, and again, I know that none of this stuff here is vacuum rated, and You know, it's just basically I'm doing it this way so I don't have to purge my hoses all the way up to here. If I pull them down, do a pretty good vacuum, then well, there's no non-condensables in there, so I don't really have to worry. Now I'll try isolating. You can see, obviously, it starts pulling a lot faster now. All of this is isolated off there because the valve's shut. I'll open it back up. And you can see we climb back up. Not a terrible amount, though. And again, I'm not looking for perfection here. I'm just looking to not have to push any of the air out. I mean, granted, it's not a lot of refrigerant, but still, I know if there is a vacuum on the hoses and on all that, then I'm not going to really have any non-condensables, to be honest with you. So we'll finish off the tank. I think that's probably good enough. And then what I'll do is very quickly open up, open up, open up. So we now have refrigerant all the way up to here, and that didn't take very long, so whatever vacuum I had is gonna be good. I mean, I guess if I wanted to be Mr. by the book and all that good jazz, I'll bleed it, but I don't think I'm gonna have to. So this is also what I would consider something smart to do. It's basically test your tank. So back out. I'm gonna isolate it, and we'll see what she goes up to. So that pump is isolated now. Yeah, that's not very good. And I'm wondering if this tank is leaking now. That continues to rise. Either that or I don't have this on tight enough. Oh, that's pretty fucking tight. This is not a good sign here. Sure that is tight. That's not good. Valve is shut. Okay, we'll open her back up again. See what the vacuum goes down to. Yeah. Alright, well, looks like I'm gonna have to dive into this bottle a little bit more. That's a hell of a rise. That's not good. Unless the only other thing I can see happening is that this port right here is bleeding by. But that's on there tight, that's on there tight, and that's closed, so if it is leaking, it's a leaking tank and it has nothing to do with what I'm doing. Well, let's get after it. So, I did a little examination and yeah, looks like my gasket, so it was, yeah, it's got nylog on it. So there's my gasket right there, but yeah, you can see she's done. Done Zarita Lopez. Yeah. That thing's a pain in the butt. But anyways, yeah, it's definitely not leaking as fast now when I do a blank off test of the tank. I don't know if you remember, that thing was jumping way up there. You know, we were probably getting close to 2,000 microns. So you can watch it now. It's not nearly as bad now that I got a new gasket on there. I mean, she still climbs, but yeah, it's slowing down quite a bit quicker now. And I'm hoping that's whatever that is literally just in the tank, because that gasket was trashed. Still rising though, so, but definitely slowing down. Yeah, that's a heck of a lot better. Now, we'll open her back up again. So, yep, lesson learned. Always check your gaskets. Luckily I have spares, so whatever, no big deal. This go around, instead of having an already warm tank, we're going to be able to use the subcooler all the way from the beginning, which will be nice. Got my solenoid magnet on there now, since that compressor controller is shit the bed, and that's what opens up that solenoid. As you've seen, that one was already working. Yep, just the joys here. I mean, I don't know how many people do all this, but me, I don't know. I just, not that I'm any better than anyone, because I'm not, but I just always pull vacuums on every tank. Even though technically I use this tank on circuit 1 here, and I did use the recovery machine to pull it into a slight vacuum, but still. Looks like I need to replace my battery, but she's pulling down. I wonder if this oil is roached. Yeah, well, nothing like standing around. All right. We are ready for refrigerante. First we'll let her actually zero out the scales. Let's see what we come out to here. Could help if I also open this up. All right, fire in the hole. So this now will be from the beginning with the subcooler, and you can hear this puppy picked up some steam. That's some cold refrigerant. Still steadily rising, but you know, not horrible when it's 60 something degrees inside the tank. I mean, that's not bad. Pounds of pressure. This light does not stay on very long. Again, this is all gas, so gas takes forever. It's freaking pretty slow. But that's not horrible. It's been on for 6 minutes or so.